do? Hello again and welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to be making a double blend sorrel fruit cake. So the ingredients I'll be using today, here I have a mixture of fruits which I have soaked and blended, and the content in here consists of prunes, cherries, raisins and mixed fruits. Here I have my sorrel puree, and this is the double blend. So this consists of sorrel and beetroot, which I have prepared, and I will be dropping a link to how I make my double blend sorrel puree in the description box, so you can check that out. Also, I have some butter here, some self-raising flour, some eggs, some dark soft brown sugar, some vanilla essence and vanilla extract mixed in this container here. Here I have my nutmeg, my mixed spiced baking powder, cinnamon powder, salt, 1 lime, the grated rind from 1 lime. I also have some additional flavor in here, and this is almond extract and some lemon extract. So let's get baking. So now I am ready to prepare my butter and my sugar. So I'm going to be adding my butter to this container here. And you can find the ingredients for this cake in the description box below. So now I am just putting my butter in here. So in goes my butter. And before I add my sugar, I am just going to soften my butter a little bit. So I'm going to be using my hand mixer, so I'm going to just use this to soften the butter a little bit. Now I am going to be adding my sugar. So in goes the sugar. And I am going to be mixing the sugar into the butter until the mixture is fluffy. So there I have my mixture of the butter and the sugar, and you can see it's getting a little bit fluffy. So I'm going to be preparing my eggs now, so I can get the eggs in here and mix them at the same time. So to prepare my eggs, I'm going to keep breaking them in this container here. So I'll be doing my eggs one at a time. So I'll break my first egg. So that's my egg in here. Also, I am going to be removing the eyes from my egg because they are raw and I don't like to have them in cakes when I'm baking cakes. So it's just that little white thing that you find in the egg. So a white bit here. I am removing it from the eggs, and I'll do that for all the eggs. So I'll remove that, mix my egg with a fork, and then I will add my egg to my butter and sugar here. So I'll blend the eggs into the butter, or I'll mix the eggs into the butter and sugar 2 at a time. So break another egg, in here. I like to prepare my eggs one at a time because you never know when you will come across a bad egg, and you don't want that to ruin the rest of your eggs. So I break them one at a time, remove the eyes and any little red or brown bits that I don't like to see in an egg, and then I'll mix it and add it to my cake. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the eggs. So that's the second egg, just mixing that. I'm going to pour it in here, and I'll continue that process doing 2 eggs at a time until I am finished mixing this. So also, while I'm adding my eggs, I have this one lime here which I have washed and cleaned. What I'm going to do with this lime is I'm going to peel it and use the skin. So I'm going to peel it. I'm going to peel this lime and add it to my mixture here so that I can get the rind flavor in here to help reduce the rawness from the egg. Once I am finished blending in the eggs into the butter and the sugar, I will remove this. So I'm just peeling the skin off this lime. I'm not going to get a long trousers because it break away. So there I have my lime peel. I'm going to put it in here, and I am going to mix my butter, sugar and eggs with the lime skin in here. And mind you, even though the peel from the lime is in here, it's not going to break or tear apart. So as soon as I'm done mixing in the eggs into the butter and sugar, then I will remove the lime peel and continue with my mixing. So 2 more eggs in. So that's one. I'm going to remove the eyes from this. Usually there are 2 in an egg, so I like to look for them because I don't like them in whatever I'm doing. Even if I'm frying an egg or anything, I remove them. So I'm removing them here, and then I'll beat my eggs 2 at a time and add them to my butter and sugar. So in goes another egg. Break another egg. Operation number 4. Look for my eye. That little white vein thing. These eggs are actually good. They're clean. Sometimes you buy these eggs and they're so nasty inside you don't even want to prepare them. These are nice and clean. These are some very good free-range eggs, I must say. So that's that one out. Beating my egg, and it's going in here. And I'm going to mix. So I'm going to continue adding my eggs, and when I'm done, I'll be back. So this is my final egg, and it's going in here. Now I'm going to get rid of these because that's eggs out the way, and I am going to continue mixing my eggs into my butter and sugar. So I'm just scraping the side down in here. And now I'm going to continue mixing. So here I can show you what the mixture looks like. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to be adding my grated rind from the lime. So this is going in here now. So I'll just add that in there. I'm going to now mix that in. To this, I'm also going to add some lemon extract. So that's some lemon extract, and this is all just to reduce the rawness from the egg. So I'm going to add just a few drops, about half a teaspoon. So gonna mix that in. I'm going to just remove this for a minute. And what I'm going to do is to just use my spatula to scrape the mixture into the pan, just so I get a good and consistent blend. Well, now I'm going to add the rest of the liquid ingredient. So the rest of the liquid ingredient goes in here. So I'm adding all my liquid ingredient at this point. Here I have my vanilla essence and vanilla extract, and that's about 2 tablespoons, and that's going in here. To that, I'm also going to add a few drops of almond extract. So in goes some almond extract, just a couple drops. So I'm going to gently blend this in here. Now I'm going to remove my lime peel from the mixture here. So there is the lime peel, and you can see it's still intact. So I'm going to remove this from the mixture because I just added it to the eggs to reduce the rawness that you get. Sometimes you're eating some cakes and it's so raw you don't want to eat it. So together with the rind from the lime, I have added the peel from a lime. So removing that, there's another small piece in here. I'm removing that too. So here's the other piece. So you can see it was very much intact, didn't get ripped apart or cut into pieces. So I am removing those. So now that I have removed my lime peel, I'm going to be adding my sorrel and beetroot puree. So in goes my sorrel and beetroot puree. I'm now going to mix that in. So just going to scrape that down into the pan again. Now I'll show you what the mixture looks like. I'm going to add the rest of my sorrel puree in here. I'm going to mix that in. Now that I have finished adding the sorrel puree to the mixture here, I'm going to be adding some of my mixed fruits, which I have prepared here. So I have steamed these and blended them out. So I'm going to be adding the mixed fruits in here. So in goes my mixed fruits. So here you can see what my mixture looks like. I'm going to now blend the fruits in here. So this is my mixture, and this is everything in here except the dry ingredients. So now I'm going to prepare the dry ingredients, and then I'm going to add them to this mixture here. So I'll put that aside. So now I'm going to prepare my dry ingredients to add them to my mixture here. So I'm going to be sifting my flour. So that's my flour sifted. I'm going to now add the rest of my dry ingredients. So that's my cinnamon powder, baking powder, nutmeg, and mixed spice. So I'm just going to sift those in here. To the dry ingredients in here, I'm going to add my salt. So in goes my salt. So that's all my dry ingredient in here. I'm going to now combine the dry ingredients before I add them to my mixture, just to make sure everything is evenly blended in here. So there you have lovely mixture of my dry ingredients. I'm now going to gradually add this into my mixture here. So I'm going to get my handheld mixer ready again, and I'm going to gradually add the flour in here and mix it in. So just about a half a cup of flour at a time, and I'm going to mix this in here now. So keep my flour here. So I'm going to mix this, and I'm going to mix it in a circular round and down motion. While I am mixing, I am going to be scraping down the sides of the pan at the same time, just to get the mixture all blended inside the mixer. And that tastes divine. Woo. So I'm going to mix that in. Just gonna add some more flour. Gonna mix that in. Just going to remove that for a little bit, and just to gently scrape all the mixture back down into the pan. So now I'm going to add the rest of the flour. Rest of the flour going in there, and what I'm going to do is to just fold it in a little bit before I put the mixer back in here, because when the mixer hits the flour it's a bit too dusty. So I'm just going to gently fold that in here a little bit with my spatula, and then I put the mixer back in here. That's just to keep the residue from the flour down. So I'm going cut and fold just to blend the mixture in here evenly. Oh, and those days when we were kids and we used to have that wooden spoon and that pudding pan, and we have to be cutting and folding. Now I'm doing this right now and it's feeling like hard work. Oh dear. So little cut and fold just to get the flour into the mixture before I put the mixer back in. So I'm going to remove this now, and I am going to get my mixer back in motion. So just scrape this off here. Scrape some of this off here too, because it has some bits on here, maybe from the fruits and the sorrel puree. Just to get a smooth blend in here. So I'll scrape some of that back in here. So there we go again. Gotta go into a round and down motion with the mixer. So here's my cake mixture here, and I'm going to be giving this one final mix, and then I'm going to prepare my baking tins. So one final mix here. So now I have finished mixing my cake, and you can see the mixture here. I'm now going to prepare my baking tins so I can put this beautiful mixture into my baking tins and get them ready for the oven. So I'm going to set aside, prepare my oven, and I have my oven on 250 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to be placing this tray with water into the bottom of my oven because I want my cakes to bake as well as to steam. So I'm going to be placing some water in this tray and placing it in my oven. So now I'm going to be getting my little baking trays ready. So I'm just going to rub a little butter into them. Now that my trays are ready, I'm going to be filling them with my cake mix. So in goes my cake mixture, and I'm going to pull these to about 3/4 of the way in the pan. So that's one out the way. So now I'll just try to get the mixture settled into the pan just by shaking it. Just a little swivel and that will do it. So there I have my cakes. They're all ready to go into the oven. So I will put these in the oven and I will bake the cakes at 150 degrees Celsius for roughly 2 hours. And halfway into the process, I will have a look at them and ensure that the water in the oven is not dried out. When they're done baking, I will come back and show you what my cakes look like. So here you have my cakes, all finished baking, and these are my gorgeous sorrel cakes. And thanks for watching the video, guys, and please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel.